What up guys, it's Total Wars Master here doing another Napoleon Total War video. Today, I'm going to be talking about fear of your opponent and letting intimidation really get to you. So here we are, back on the grassy flatlands. Rules are 4 lights, 0 artillery, and really from there. I have 2 lancers and a chasseur cheval on each flank. I have 4 voltigeurs, a Swiss, Polish, Swiss, and Fusilier. On this side I have an old guard, a Polish, a Swiss, and a Brave. So what I really want to talk about in this video is like my opponent right here, he's a 9-star. When you are going to play against someone like that, you can do one of 2 things. You can play differently or you can play the same. When you see an opponent with a lot of stars, you should let that know one thing. They aren't a complete noob. Outside of that, I'd make no assumptions or generalizations. You see over here, I'm testing his flank. I break these like dragoons, while my lancers are overall fairly well still. As I keep a chasseur cheval in reserve, and he sends light dragoons over here. I charge lancers on this side, trying to get after these light dragoons. He formed square there, but I'm already happy with the damage I did there, even though I come under fire. While his light dragoons through here are coming under fire too, fairly needlessly. But you can play the same. Like right now, I'm playing for the same. I'm being aggressive. I'm going after his cavalry where I can. I'm keeping some in reserve to use my advantages the best I can. He sends up fencibles here. And that's really what the correct play is. If you change, you take the defensive, you start getting beat because you decided to play differently, you're really the only person who can be blamed for that. I see him getting a little ambitious with his lights over here, but I'm going to try and go after this over here.
Our general is under attack.
I charge into his foot guards. Right now I'm going for disruption. I get some lancers in there that's coming under heavy fire. I get into his cold streams over here. I try and get his general.
Our men are running, sir.
But right now, my old guard's doing very good. I'm getting good fire. I'm totally wiping these foot guards. And all because I'm playing the same. If you change your play style, you stop playing well because you're afraid of your opponent, you are just playing into them. You are ruining your own game because you think that there's a chance they're going to be better. And just don't. You don't need to. You can play just as fine. It doesn't mean that they're going to stomp you because they're a 9-star. Like, I'm a 6-star. I've been beat by 4 stars easily before. Stars tell you very little. Don't let it be a tool for your own demise.
Our men are running, sir.
Overall, I'm doing fairly good. I'm turning this flank over here. I'm using my cavalry advantage fairly well. I let him shoot at my fusiliers. Meanwhile, I'll get lancers in around this whole unit. And they break. He charges my voltigeurs right here.
Our men are running, sir.
I'm trying to run my general away. Go and face my lights to rear. Square my Swiss. Rally my men. Even though now his general staff breaks. As light dragoons are coming under fire. As I'm able to route his men over here. despite them having fairly high numbers. He's getting fairly good shots off. But I'm falling on his flank pretty heavy. I'm using my lancers to try and make sure some of these healthy units are not going to come back, since that's really what I
Our
don't
men are
want.
running, sir.
I have the brave route right there. I'm having these Comet Rangers get fairly low. But now I am going to pull back. I'm taking quite a bit more casualties than I want to take, and I'm falling heavy on his flank. He has this Highland foot come back, but they're fairly far back. If I keep up the pressure before their arrival, then it's only going to be to my benefit. Gonna keep moving. And then after this I'll have another one. But really, if you change your playstyle and you let your opponent get the better of you because they have some stars, you're only
Our
doing
men are
yourself a
running,
disjustice. You are better than that as a player to think some system that is buggy and has a whole host of issues is the determiner of who wins, rather than just a weird metric in the game. We're able to break all of this, and for the most part now it's just cleanup. Reform the men.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
And like that, that's the end for this battle. So let's check out another one real fast. So here we are again, back on the grassy flatland, same rules and everything, me against another 9-star. And really going to go through this one a bit faster. But realistically, if you play the same, you'll learn your shortcomings, you'll learn what to change, what to do differently. But if you change your playstyle completely because you're scared or something, you can't know how to really improve. You don't know how because, quite frankly, you didn't play like yourself.
Our men are running, sir.
On this side over here, I'm doing well. I bested his cavalry. This side over here, he shattered my olds with some good volleys from his men. But I'm able to use my cavalry advantage to try and save my flank over here. If I don't save it, then I lose. But I think the battle depends on it, because it quite frankly does.
Our men are running, sir.
Really, the only cavalry he has left, frankly, is the 10th Hussars, which if you check out my video on them, not a big fan. I'm not letting his men do very well. We'll try and charge these Comet Rangers. Get into melee, and that's them shattered, which frees up this Polish Legion and this Swiss foot in order to maneuver around. So I have a fairly healthy cavalry advantage. There's a foot guard unit, a Highland, some lights. Well, for the most part, he bested this flank over here. But I'm able to have this Swiss come back, which is a relief for the most part. I'm going to use my light advantage over here that he hasn't managed to try and use his lights against. until now he starts bringing them to meat. Over here I should be bringing these Fusiliers into fire with more of their men by angling them in, but right now I had other concerns. Mainly moving up my men over here, moving up over here. As I'm moving my cavalry to flank, I see these rifles, and I do not want them being a problem, so we charge them and just destroy them, because rifles against cavalry, and especially if they don't get a volley off, is not really a winning matchup.
Our men are running, sir!
I'm trying to keep these men in square. As I keep moving up. Sadly, they were able to get a square off because for a second or two they got out of the melee. But I'm going to be charging these lights.
Our men are running, sir!
Now I have a huge mass of their line infantry in the square, or at least slow to maneuver, as he charges his general staff onto a Swiss square. And we'll get volleys off into these men. His foot guards take more casualties than he'd probably like over here. I have this Polish Legion break, and I have this Fusilier unit that's doing relatively fine. His general is able to shatter that that Swiss foot he was fighting. But I decided to give his general a charge with my general because he's in a good position for me to try and do that. This Swiss foot is wavering.
Sir! Sir! Our
break.
general is under attack!
I'm able to kill his general at what is a fairly convenient time for me after we both inspired our general staffs. Now his army begins what effectively is a mass rout. And really we just see, you play the same regardless of your opponent. The only thing stars are good for, in my opinion, is it tells me you're not a total noob if you have a large amount of them. You might be bad, but if you're a 4-3 plus star, you probably won't break the rules. You might. But that's really the only thing I look for it to tell me. You don't really learn a lot from just having stars alone. But these two were definitely good players. I mean, they were fairly close games regardless of what you see up here. I mean, like my Polish over here beat these foot guards, but they're still wavering from the fight. Yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. Play the same. Don't be intimidated by your opponent. And that's it for this video. Total Wars Master, out.